from Cleveland's most accurate weather team. This is 19 First Alert Plus, sponsored by the man that makes them pay, Tim Misney.
All right, Chris Fry live in the 19 News Digital studio for your First Alert forecast on this Monday evening. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Jason Nicholas. The rundown. Jason, good evening to you. A little bit windy. Well, let me rephrase. Not a little bit windy today. Very windy today.
Yeah, very.
But the temperatures
those winds brought our temps up too.
Yeah, and that was great for a lot of people. So as people head to the polls tomorrow for Election Day, what can they expect on Tuesday, and what can we expect for the rest of the week?
Yeah, not bad tomorrow, Chris. Not as warm as today. We hit 66 today, which about 10 to 11 degrees above normal. We should be in about the mid-50s, which is where we're going to be as we head through the day tomorrow. Live look downtown. Things are fine. 19 First Alert camera. We do have a little bit of rain. It's a mild rain, but check it out here as you head south of Akron over towards Canton, right along US 30 out towards the Worcester area. Showers. Now, we're not getting any rumbles here of thunder, but I can't rule necessarily one out. You can see the rain in and around the Worcester area. This is not overly heavy, but again, it is packing a little bit of a punch considering we're here in early November. Worcester over towards Loudonville, south of Ashland, back south of Mansfield. A couple of showers lingering there behind this, but you can see right now Canton getting rain. So while the north coast is fairly dry, the exception there is at Ashtabula County. We are looking at this line right now. Moving south, let's go ahead and loop this forward, and you can see exactly where things have kind of materialized. So it's kind of a southeasterly direction. So Dover, New Philly, you guys are up next, but areas there north of this, no issues with these showers coming around right now. So a couple showers are around tonight. As I mentioned, I can't rule out, though, not expecting any thunder, but I'd never want to say never with that because, we're in the 60s here. So, this is pretty rarefied air for early November, especially when we talk about here, we are at 9:30 right now, almost 9:30 at night. So for there still to be some rain and even potentially some claps of thunder, that certainly does catch my eye. Now, the big question is how long will this last? And the good news is it won't last too long. But notice the warm air that's really throughout much of the Great Lakes. Here's a look at that little front that's trying to make its way through. The cold air is kind of delayed behind it. But you can see that we're in a very warm sector right now. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, just really a couple states away. So this warmth is going to be around with us just for tonight, and then we'll cool things off a little bit for tomorrow. But overall, the general trend is while we do trend cooler, we're not talking about the bitter, bitter cold like we saw to end October and the wintry mix and all that stuff. So First Alert Future View, any rain or thunder this evening will slide south, and it does look like Election Day early on. We're in the 50s. We should stay in the 50s much of the day. In fact, we could go from, you can see there, from about 55 at 4 a.m. to around 50 at 11 a.m. So you kind of get the picture there, some falling temps, clouds around. Now, there are indications that by the afternoon, we will start to get into a little bit of sunshine here, mainly south of the lakeshore. And that will allow temperatures to rise here into the 50s. Along the lakeshore, cloud cover and a little bit cooler. You can see how persistent that cloud cover could be, meaning folks right along the immediate lakeshore may stay relatively cool with the cloud cover and kind of the flow a little bit off the lake. Meanwhile, areas to our south will be a little bit warmer. You can see by Wednesday morning, we're looking at a few passing sprinkles. Again, not a huge deal, but Wednesday we do bring in some rain chances early in the day, and then again later on. You can see Wednesday night, kind of like what we're seeing right now. And then look at our temperatures kind of warm up. Could have a little bit more rain overnight Wednesday to Thursday. This is where we could have a little bit of thunder too, so keep that in mind. Look at our temperatures though Wednesday. It's pretty astonishing, Chris. This is called what happens when a warm front comes in, or at least the warm sector. 50 degrees at 8 p.m., 64 at 3 a.m.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah, so that's a little surge of warm air coming in Wednesday into Thursday. Take a look here at the next 12 hours. Temps mainly right now very warm. We are in the 60s. Can you believe it? 64 degrees here, November 6th. And then we fall a little bit overnight into tomorrow morning. Coming up in 15 seconds, we will take a look at the First Alert 7-day.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Again, temperatures falling from the 60s into the 50s. Big question here, what about the 7-day? Right now, Election Day looks all right. Mid-50s. It will be a little windy to start the day, but overall, things are looking fine for Election Day. Wednesday, few showers. We saw that there on First Alert Future View. There may even be a rumble or two of thunder Wednesday night into Thursday. It's going to be a very warm period, though. And then we're at about 60 to 65 early Thursday morning. We'll settle in the 50s with a few morning showers. Then that's part of a cool down for Friday. Friday, we're near 50. Right now, the good news on Friday here, Friday night looks okay. And of course, we are deep into the high school football playoff schedule here in Ohio. And the weather should cooperate. We also have a Veterans Day parade on Friday. Veterans Day itself is Saturday. Upper 40s, cool sunshine. But overall, that is very early to mid-November-y. Upper 40s on Sunday, chilly. The Browns are in Baltimore this weekend. Some sun on Monday and 50. So you can see not a lot of rain. The best rain threat's going to be right here. Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night into early Thursday. Outside of that, Chris Fry, looking pretty dry. Let's look at the next 6 to 10 days. And I like this trend here of some warmer air moving in from the west. This could actually bump our temps up a little bit towards the middle of next week. But again, a lot of this could be over the next few days. This is looking at the next 6 to 10 days. By the way, the colder air is across the East Coast. This just kind of gives us an idea of where we might be heading beyond the 7 day. And remember, normal highs this time of the year, 55. We had 66 today.
Wow.
So that, hopefully you had a chance to enjoy it, even with the winds. The winds will subside a little bit tomorrow, Chris.
We're still, and you say that's 6 to 10 day outlook. So if we're going 10 days, you're talking about a week out from Thanksgiving, and we could be on a warm trend. Could be possible.
Could be, yeah. Could have a little cool snap this weekend, then kind of flip back and warm things up. That's not unusual. I mean, there have been Thanksgiving days here where we're in the 60s and 70s at least that week.
And then there have been times where snow's been on the ground or traces of snow, perhaps. Yeah. So yeah.
That too.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are hoping for a warmer Thanksgiving, no doubt about it.
Sure.
All right. Well, Jason, we'll see you at the top of the hour. Thanks a lot, as always.
Sounds good. Thank you.
As well, I will have a first newscast coming up at 10 o'clock on the CW43, and then switch over to CBS for 19 News at 11. I'm Chris Fry in the 19 News Digital Center. We'll see you in just under 30 minutes.
19 News, now streaming on Samsung Smart TV. Search for channel 1035.